Hey guys, Mark at Jamitech here, and welcome to my first sort of like, here's the expansion video. So this is Hearthstone, obviously, and it's the Witchwood. It got announced earlier today, and it's very spoopy, scary, werewolves and other monster malarkey sort of things. Now if you're new to Hearthstone, every few months Blizzard basically creates an expansion, and it's around 130 to 140 cards that kind of get put into the standard archetypes just to keep the game fresh and fun for all. And this one actually looks really fun. I'm going to love making a deck of the Witchwood cards and the Knights of the Frozen Throne cards, because it's got kind of that like undead vibe to it. And I'm really digging it. So let's dive in and have a look at the cards that got announced. So 6 cards were announced. First of all, we're going to have a look at Pumpkin Peasant. This is a 4-2 or a 2-4 for 3 mana, whichever way you want to look at it. I think it starts off as a 2-4, but Pumpkin is a lifesteal. Each turn this is in your hand, swap its attack and health. Now this is good in a way that, like, you know, you can kind of play around it, and if you want to go more aggro, you can wait a turn. But in Hearthstone, waiting a turn usually isn't that great, because you kind of want to play stuff there and then on that turn. But we'll have to wait and see, because, you know, 4-2 Hunter has a 4-2 minion for 3 mana, which sees a bit of play, so who knows? Who knows? That is a beast, though, and this isn't a beast. I don't know why this isn't a beast, because it's a werewolf, but I think it's a cool design. It's a little bit too weak, I think, for me. Speaking of a little bit too weak, just under the sort of like power level is a Phantom Militia. I'd love it if this card was like really good. I really want this card to prove me wrong, because I like the design. The echo sort of thing is really good. Unstable Evolution, which came out an expansion ago, or 2 expansions ago, I don't know, but that also had the sort of like echo thing where you know you can play it, it costs 1 mana, and you can keep playing it and keep playing it. The Shaman card that just evolves a single target. That sees play whenever Shaman sees play, which is not very often right now. But the stats again, like 3 mana, 2-4. If you play this turn 6, it's like 4-8, and it's like, I guess, but normally if you're like playing something turn 6 and turn 9, you kind of want to be like putting a minion down and then like doing something else, like getting your combo ready, or like doing a, you know, removing something off their board. So whilst I like the design, I don't know if it's going to be that good, but I guess only time will tell. So next up we have the only class card that we got to have a look at, Militia Commander, and it's the only card that we get saw with Rush. So Echo and Rush are they kind of like new keywords, and Rush is basically charge. You just can't attack face. Which Blizzard doesn't like charge at all. They're trying to steer well clear from it, and I don't know. I can kind of see why, because it's not very interactive. But there's so many non-interactive things in Hearthstone right now. I don't know why they keep picking on charge. But so Battlecry, gain +3 attack this turn. So when you play this card, say it's turn 4, and turn 4 comes around, you play this card, it's going to be a charge, essentially. You can't attack them, just a minion. And it's going to be a 5-5, which basically is going to decimate anything on the board at that point. Give or take, like, you know, a few minions. But that's crazy, man. Like, the only downside is that after that, it then goes back to a 2 attack, and then whatever health it has anyway. But if it stayed at 5, that would just be insane. But yeah, so I don't know. We're gonna have to keep an eye on this one, because like there's been times where I've been playing mage and I've had to fireball a minion, and if you think about that as like 4 mana, deal 6 damage, Well, this is 4 mana, deal 5 damage, and you essentially like get a minion on the board, and it might not even die. You know, and that's like 2 attack that you could do next turn, or they have to trade into that. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good card. It's gonna be interesting to see where Warrior goes from here, because it's not in a great place right now. Poor Warrior. The next card is a Legendary, and it's Greymane. So it has a similar effect to Prince Malchezaar, in the sense that Prince Malchezaar, if you have it in your deck at the start of a match, it puts 5 legendary minions just straight into your deck, and you can draw them at any time. You can top deck it, they can all be at the bottom. But yeah, so at the start of the game, if your deck has only even cost cards, your starting hero power costs 1. I don't know how good this is going to be. It's a very sort of like very high risk but high reward. I don't know if it's very high reward. This and another card that we're going to get to, I feel is going to be I feel like they're going to shine in Wild, because there's so many cards in Wild that are just good, and it doesn't matter, I guess, then if like you don't have any odd cards or you don't have any even cards, because there's so many to choose from, whereas Standard, having the limited pool that it is, especially with this being the first expansion of the year of the Raven, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky to make a deck out of this guy, and this next guy actually, which has my vote for the best artwork on a card ever. Pretty much. Baku the Munya. How good does this card look, man? Like, it's just a giant ass monster over like a burning village, and you can see the moon in the background, which, based on the description, he's about to eat. I can't wait to see the golden version of this card, because like, it just looks so good. I'm really tempted to like craft it. I've not even seen it, but I'm tempted to craft it like the golden version. But I've never crafted a golden card, and I don't really want to break that streak. But man, does that look good. But anyway, start the game. If your deck has only odd cost cards, upgrade your hero power. That's a 9 mana 7/8, so it's like, it's decent. It's a lot better than the other minion that we just saw again. But this one is only odd cost cards, which I think is going to be a little bit better. You might be able to play this in Standard, because Mage, you've got like the Jaina Death Knight for 9, so that's already an odd card anyway. But 1-drops are so like valuable and powerful in the game right now, whether you're playing Standard or Wild. So like people were playing Prince Keliseth decks, and still kind of are, and just ignoring the sort of like 2 mana slot. And for ages in Hearthstone, the 2 mana slot was like key to get tempo and stuff, but because 1 mana cards now are so powerful, it's just kind of crazy. They just kind of blow 2 mana cards out of the water. But yeah, so I feel like Gen and Baku are gonna definitely kind of dominate Wild, but I don't know if we'll see too much of them in Standard, just because of the limited sort of like card pool. But I really hope that I get this in a pack. Gold, please gold. Because it just looks so good. The next card is Zelena Soul Thief? Zelena Soul Thief, there we go. It's been a while since I watched the Bembrode video. But yes, so 7 mana 3/3. Wounded. Battle Cry, replace your hand with a copy of your opponent. So it's essentially just like 7 mana Divine Favor, but not class specific, if that makes sense. So, but like 7 mana 3/3, man, that kills. That just kills, especially if like you're in like an aggro deck, which is the only deck that I can kind of see this fitting in. and you like get this on your mulligan. Ah, man, wounded. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't like the design of this card. I think it just promotes bad play, and I think it promotes a certain deck archetype, like the sort of like divine favor thing, which I'm not in favor of anyway. But yeah, so that was all the cards that we got to saw, bar one, and we'll save that for another time because we only got to see how much it costs and what it's called. So there's no point really talking about that. But yeah, so let me know down in the comments what you think of this expansion. Is it gonna be I think the combo potential of Gen and Baku in Wild, I think that's gonna shift Wild a lot, which it's needed for a while. But I play a lot of Standard. I don't really play Wild, and they look like such cool cards, and I just really think we're gonna kind of get shafted on. I don't know, because everyone thought Prince Keliseth was bad when he first came out, and he was OP as fuck, so only time will tell. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think of it. Also, as well, the sort of like Echo Rush thing. Do you think there's too many mechanics in Hearthstone now? I know a few new players that I talked to have kind of said that the game's already pretty confusing already, and now we're getting like, you know, keyword after keyword after keyword. You know, now it's like discover and recruit in the last ones, and then it's, you know, like rush and echo and stuff, and like how many times can they keep going? But as long as it keeps the game fresh, I'm all for that. But yeah, so I've been Mark and Geometech, and enjoy the rest of your day.